Vaibhav. In today's session of Visual Jforex, I will be starting afresh for the algorithm development demonstration using the indicator named TCF, which stands for Time Series Forecast. This is an indicator which we can utilize to detect the trend for the underlying instrument, and then with the help of it, we can make trades in the direction of the trend. We head to the Visual Jforex board, which has been developed by the Dukascopy Bank SA. You will find this indicator listed amongst mathematical indicators. Just below the min-max, in prior session, we had finished the algorithm setup with the minimum maximum. Now it's the turn of TCF, time series forecast. In introductory series, I had done the explanatory video also where I had explained its functionality and how it is calculated and how we can utilize it on the chart. In today's session, I will explain to you a simple algorithm which we can develop using this indicator. So this is the TCF with the time period of 14 plotted on the 15-minute time frame. And for this session, we will be working with the USD JPY on the 15-minute time frame. So the idea behind the trade setup is going to be that we will need the time series forecast to be on the rise for the buy trade, and it should be declining for the sell trade. And as you can observe from the chart, the time series forecast follows closely the price action, but one benefit of it is that it gives you clarity. And even though the zigzag moves might happen, but more often than not, we get a good idea of the trend and any reversal thereof using these indicators. And that's why I think even if we simply use this comparison technique where we will be looking at two TCF values over a given period of time with a predefined time interval, and using the price action using these historical candles of 15 minutes, we will be try to initiate the trade in the direction of the trend. So here the idea is going to be that we need the TCF value on the rise. For that, I will be taking the TCF value of last 15-minute candle and compare it to the value 1 hour back. So we will be taking the TCF values with the time interval of 1 hour, and for that the look back period will be defined. For one candle it is going to be 1, and for another the TCF shift value is going to be 5. So we will have the time interval of 1 hour, and then we also need some sort of correction to have happened prior to the execution of the trade. So whenever the formation is that last candle has closed with gains with rise, and it had closed above the TCF, but prior candle had closed in red with closing value being below this time series forecast value. So only if there is good enough momentum, if there is reversal in price action, we will be initiating the new trades, and for that we will use this setup. For the sell side, the idea is going to be that TCF value should be on decline, and the last 15-minute candle should have closed with below the TCF with price, its closing price below the opening price, and the prior candle had closed above the TCF with gains also. So we will be defining these two conditions, and also to make sure there is good enough price momentum, we can define some difference between the opening and the closing value of last 15 minutes, so as to make sure that whenever there is enough of momentum, only then trading should be happening. Otherwise, if it is trading sideways, no trades should be initiated. So we will define that condition also. So we head back to the Visual Jforex board. Here first thing I will need to do is bring the if blocks for doing the instrument subscription, logical block, if else, and for this we will be using the on candle as our start point. Here default variable, default instrument is going to be USD JPY, as we are working with the USD JPY, not Euro USD. If you want, you can always use different instrument, any instrument on which you want to design and develop the algorithm, provided it is supported by the platform. So I have changed this instrument. On candle, here we will need to match the candle instrument. This should be equal. Okay, and then this second input also needs to match. Okay, we got this USD JPY, and we want to make sure that position info, there shouldn't be any position open or pending position on the account whenever the trade will be initiated. So for that, the all position amount has been defined at 0. Then we will take this time series forecast indicator block, and default instrument is USD JPY, but the time period needs to be changed to 15 minutes. Shift value is going to be 1. So candle period is 15 and time period is 14. That means last 14 candles of 15 minutes each will be taken into consideration while calculating the TCF value. So output value is here, and to do the comparison we will also need another TCF block. This also needs to be changed to 15 minutes. Shift value of 5, and output line 17. Okay, now we need historical candles to look at the price action info. We'll need 2 candles of 15 minutes each. Shift value of 1. Okay, one more also needed. Here also we need to change the candle period to 15 minutes. Shift value of 2. And then as and when we will be pinpointing the exact entry point, we will also need 2 historical candles of 10 seconds each. this will need to be changed to 10 seconds. Shift value of 1. This also 10 seconds with shift value of 2. Okay. So here these are the basic building blocks for our algorithm, and using this we will be able to retrieve the data related to the TCF and then also the price action. And after this we will need to look at the price action, and to do that we will need to take a couple of calculation expression blocks and carry out the calculations like looking at the price difference of this candle 18's closing value and the opening value, and also doing the comparison between its closing value and opening value, and also doing the same, that is looking at the closing difference for this candle 19 as well. We will need to do that. And for this session we will stop here, and in next session I will add the uh, calculation expression block and carry out the calculation. So I'm signing off for the now, and we'll be back tomorrow. Thank you all for joining in. Do subscribe to the Dukascopy webinar channel. Goodbye.